friends, my name is Bella and this is Beauty and Beyond. And today it's Beyond because we're talking about entertainment and the things that I like for entertainment. Now then, the films, certainly recently, I do like a good thriller, a good whodunit. I love all that stuff. But I found myself recently, I guess, there is so much going on in the world. The news is so depressing. There is so much going on. And, there's so many worries and people have got so many worries. And I find myself being drawn to feel-good films and films that make, just feel good. That when you've watched them, it's that feel-good feeling. And television shows exactly the same. And books exactly the same. I'm finding myself not wanting to watch anything too heavy. And very much something to lift the spirits, And I think so many people now are thinking exactly the same way because it can lift your spirits, can't it? Something just light-hearted and, nothing too much. So I've got 4 or 5 films, and these are films, they're not new films, they're not new releases. They're films that I haven't seen for a while, but I've enjoyed so very much. I've seen them before, most of them before, and I wanted to watch them again because I know that they're going to give me that reaction, to make me feel good. And the first one is a film with so many fantastic actors in it, and it's called The Best Little Marigold Hotel. And it's a hotel in India, and all these various older people go there for their holidays, and they meet up, and there's couples and single people, and wonderful acting. Maggie Smith is in it, Judi Dench is in it. So many absolutely incredible actors that have made this film. And it's funny and it's light-hearted, but it's got such a lovely meaning to it. If you saw these people, they stay in this hotel in India that's run by this Indian woman and her son, and very, very traditional Indian, and they ride the streets in the carriers, and it's just lovely. It's lovely, and when you watch it, it's such a good feeling film. It leaves you feeling so good. And I would recommend it to anybody. Whatever genre of film you like, the meaning behind this film and the tenderness of it is so nice. So that's The Best Little Marigold Hotel. The second one is another older film and probably one of my favourite films of all time, well, definitely one of my favourite films of all time. And it's called Letters to Juliet. And it's about this couple, and they go to Verona, to Verona, and they look at, he's opening a restaurant. I won't tell you too much. He's opening a restaurant, and he's flying about. They're going to get married, they're planning to get married, and he wants to go on this business trip here, and he wants to go to this restaurant here. And she says, leave me where I am, I'm happy just to look around, She goes for this walk this day. And she comes across this place, and she sees all these women, and they're writing messages, and they're leaving them on the wall. And she notices that when they've gone away, some women come out of the behind the house where the walls are, and they take the letters and they take them inside. And she says, well, what are you doing? She goes in and she may I ask you what you're doing? And they said, yeah, they're letters. And these ladies write to Juliet, obviously Romeo and Juliet, Verona. And these ladies, they leave letters for Juliet if they're broken-hearted, or they've lost their loved one, or their loved one's gone with someone, or whatever, you know, whatever reason it is that they're broken-hearted, they leave in love sense, you know, romance sense. They leave these letters, and these ladies answer them as Juliet. And it's just lovely. It's a lovely, and they're lovely ladies and lovely people. And she goes and looks at the wall, and she finds a letter. She pulls one out, and as she pulls it out, a bit of the brickwork comes out, and she finds a letter that's been there for 50 years. And she answers it. And I won't tell you no more, but it is the most beautiful story. It's so much more than a chick flick. It really is so much more. These films that I'm talking about really got meaning, beautiful meaning. And I love this film, and I love the acting. And again, wonderful. Vanessa Redgrave is in it, and some wonderful actors. It's so well done. It's so well written. It's so well put together, and I loved the film. So if you have time, and I believe it's on Amazon. No, I believe it's on Netflix. I believe. But Letters to Juliet. It's wonderful. The next one is a Jane Austen film. It's from a Jane Austen book. And it's Sense and Sensibility. I love the story of... I love Jane Austen altogether, but I love Sense and Sensibility. I think it's my favourite. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love Emma, Persuasion. I love Jane Austen. But I think Sense and Sensibility is my favourite Jane Austen. And this is put together beautifully. To put Jane Austen on film is, I think, an art, really, to get it over the way the book says it. And I think this film does it. And there's some wonderful actors and actresses in this as well. Kate Winslet, I think it was one of her first roles, certainly before Titanic. And just wonderful, wonderful actors and actresses. And I'm sure most of you know the story. So I won't go too much into that. But if you like Jane Austen, if you like that type of thing, the one with Emma Thompson, she's the main character in it, it's so well put together. And I think it does justice to the Jane Austen book. I really, really enjoy it. And I've probably seen it a dozen times, but I watched it again because I just love it. So my last film, on the same sort of lines again as being feel good, is a film called Ladies in Lavender. And it's two of these lovely ladies, and they buy a beachside house. Very rural area, very peaceful, tranquil, to, you know, live out their years, and they're very happy there. But they're down one day on the beach, and a young man has been washed up. And they save him. And he becomes their cause. And how fond of him they grow. And it sounds nothing. It sounds nothing. But you know, sometimes these films, when they've got Judi Dench again, they've got these amazing actors and actresses in, really established, outstanding actors, that they bring these films to life, and the cameras literally, the characters literally jump out of the camera at you. And that's what Ladies in Lavender are like. A simple story, but beautifully told and beautifully acted. And if you're like me at the moment and you just want to watch something that'll make you feel good, Ladies in Lavender is my final choice for films. Now, television. Let's get on to television. I have been watching from the start episode 1 of NCIS, the original series. I absolutely love it. I've watched it from the very beginning because I've never watched every episode. I've caught them here and there, but I've watched it from the very beginning and I'm so enjoying it because although, yes, it is a police drama and, you know, it's got some heavy stories in there, it's done in a lovely way and there's so much humour in it, and you get to know the police and you get to know the coroner and the, you know, all the different ones in the team, and they all become friends and you know how they bounce off each other, and some of them are comedians and some of them are very serious, and how they deal with different cases and how they interact with each other. It's lovely and I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if like me you've sort of gone in and watched a bit here and watched a bit there, you know, start from the beginning so you see the whole story and see how Gibbs and all his team sort of develop. It's really good and I've really enjoyed that. So that's the season. I started from season 1, NCIS. The next one is one of my favourite television shows of all time, and this is a remake and it's called All Creatures Great and Small, and it's written by James Herriot from the James Herriot books, who was a vet, and they made it some time ago, I believe in the 80s, but they've made it again now and I absolutely love it. So it is James Herriot and his story, and it's about a family and they're vets, they're all vets, but you've got to remember it's war years, I believe, just after the war. I believe it's just after the war, but it's all peaceful and it's lovely. It's just lovely. All creatures great and small, and they're all vets, and again they're lovely family. And the new vet comes, James Herriot comes, the new vet. So they're a family, and it's Siegfried is the main one, and then his son, and the housekeeper. And then they decide they need a new vet, so they get this new vet, and that's James Herriot, and he joins the practice, and it's how he fits in and how he's a bit resented at first and how he's finding it quite hard because he's used to quite a different vet practice. But it's lovely. It's lovely. It's warm-hearted. It's feel-good. I love it. So it's an English series and it's called All Creatures Great and Small. So my next television thing that I've really liked is Sanditon. And it's Jane Austen again. I absolutely love it, but this television series, if you like Bridgerton, you're like this. If you like that kind of Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice and those period dramas, you will like this. Same sort of thing again, lady, dashing young man, very light-hearted, lovely story, takes you out of yourself, just what we need in these times. I enjoyed every single second of it, every second. So that's Sanditon. Give that a watch, you'll love it. And my very last thing to watch on television is Say Yes to the Dress. You might ask why. My daughter is getting married next year and we can't wait. I'm going out with her this week, wedding dress shopping. And they've been together for, oh my goodness, I think it's 15, 16 years. They've got 2 wonderful children, but they've always wanted to get married. And now they're going to do that. And it's all booked for next year, for next May. It's a beautiful place. I've been to the venue. It's an absolutely gorgeous place, and they were doing it before. I think I may have mentioned it before, but the pandemic put an end to all that. But now it's all booked, and we're going to look for a dress, start to look for a dress this week. Just me and her are going at first. And So we've been watching Say Yes to the Dress a lot. Obviously, we won't get that dress, but it's an idea, a sort of thing. She's saying, yes, I like that, and no, I don't like that, and yes, that's the sort of style I'm looking for. But like I said to her, until you try it on, sometimes you think, no, I don't want that style. But once you try that style on, oh, wow, it's $1 million. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'll shed a tear. I know I will be I shed a tear when we went to see the venue. It wasn't even a big day, and I saw the bit where she was going to walk down the beautiful path of flowers. And anyway, so that's why I've been watching Say Yes to the Dress. So I've been enjoying that a lot. And finally, books. Same thing again. I don't want to read anything depressing. I love period dramas to watch, and I love them to read. So I would say anything by Dilly Court. So this one is A Village Scandal. This one is The Summer Maiden. So if I read you a bit, you'll see the sort of thing I mean, and the sort of thing I want to read at the moment. It was her wedding day. The roses and bluebells were blooming, and their sweet scent was filling the air. So why did Daisy feel so cold fingers running down her spine? This is in spring in the village in 1869. Wedding bells are ringing. After their hasty marriage the Christmas before, Daisy is overjoyed to be finally marrying properly in front of the whole village. But then on the evening of her wedding, Jay disappears into the dark, stormy night. Daisy doesn't know if he's alive or dead, if she's Jay's wife or his widow, and what's more, without her husband, she has no means of support for herself or her household. Refusing to give up, Daisy must draw on all her strength and courage. After all, she has people who depend on her. But the secret of Jay's disappearance is more scandalous than she could ever imagine. So, typical period drama. This one's the same. I love them. Can't put down books. Excellent. Anything by Dilly Court, and she's done a lot. Okay, so that is this is quite a long video, wasn't it? That is my entertainment for the last couple of months, and if you want me to do some more in another couple of months, I will do that for you as well. I'll be back again on Tuesday. Please check out my channel on Sunday if you would so like. That's Simply Scripture. I'd love to see you there. But on this channel, I will see you again next Tuesday. Take great care and have a fabulous weekend. Bye, guys.